I previously uploaded a video that demonstrated a C++ compile time implementation of the 1970s arcade game Snake, and now I want to just demonstrate a small update to the game that makes it a slight bit more interactive. So in the original demonstration, you had to enter all the input commands that you wanted to enter for the game and then recompile it, and it would actually play out the entire game based on the entire set of inputs that you would enter, and you'd then see the output state. So if you wanted to add another input, you'd have to recompile and it would work through the entire game again, and you could cheat by also editing the input stream and going back in time and doing all these other things. So now this version is actually going to use compiler flags and kind of persist state between the different runs so that you can actually play somewhat more interactively. Everything is happening at compile time besides two things, and one of them is printing out of the game world to display it visually, and then the other thing is the state persistence. So that is needed. It's actually writing a file with the data needed to persist the state so that it can be loaded for the next run. So in a command prompt here, I'll just pull up, and so the way you actually run this game is by compiling it, and then every step you have to recompile it to enter a new input command. So I'm just going to enter the first command right here. It's compiling with Clang, and it's going to create a program called Snake and then execute that. And you can see that this program just prints out the game world, a representation of the game world. The snake is right here, a little triangle facing right at the moment, and then there's a little asterisk right here representing the food that we want to consume. So in this case, I do want to just continue on going right, so I'll enter this command, and now it's going to recompile it based on this game world and go right by 1. So if I just run this snake program again on its own, it's not actually going to do anything because it's just printing out the world and serializing things. You have to actually recompile it with the C preprocessor flags here to actually control what the snake is doing. So if I enter a command like up here, now I've changed directions, and I'll go up again, and then right once. Now the snake has consumed the third food item. And if I don't enter any commands here, I just get rid of that completely, the snake is just going to continue in the direction it was already heading. So if I do that a few times, the snake will go over and run into the wall. So now the snake is dead and the game is over. So you can reset it then by using the reset shell command, and that actually just moves some files around so that the state is reset. And if I recompile now, you can see the game world is back to its original state. So you can find the complete code for both the interactive and then the static version that I demonstrated last time up on GitHub for the Snake implementation. And then there's also some posts that cover the implementation of Snake and then also adding interactivity that I'll link to in the description of the video as well.